Not everybody exits. I mean, if you want to build a dynasty, dynasties are still built. And it's no better time to do it than now. Money is fucking cheap. I mean, the real cost of capital is almost zero. When you take inflation, which is hardly existent now, it's almost zero. I mean, there's not many times in the history of the world where the real cost of capital, interest less inflation, is zero. In fact, you can construe it in some parts of the world, it's less than zero. And that's why when you have a lot of money in the bank, they're only paying you, if anything, a marginal amount. And Sally and I have money in banks where it's negative interest. We have to pay to leave the money there. Pay. But they're also, the safest. So the actual rate of interest now is really zero. And now's the time to build up assets. Now's the time. Now, how much longer is this cycle going to last? I get emails that I don't answer all the time. How much longer? And I don't know. We are now into new territory because we crossed it earlier this week. You can remember you attended the seminar the day we went beyond the largest economic expansion in the history of the world. The average bear market lasts 300 days. The average bull cycle lasts 600 to 700 days. I'm going to say that again, because when it starts going down, it goes down quickly, and it's painful, and people base their decision making on fear, mob mentality. So the average bear cycle is about 300 days, or about a year, a little less than a year, and the average bull cycle is about 700 days. So we're in new territory. So we're already 300 days, or not 300 days. We're already 3 years, 900 days beyond the average. So how much longer are we going to go? I don't know the answer to that, but I know it's going to be dependent on interest rates. I know it's going to be when the interest rates next are ramped up. And I've gone on record saying I don't believe that it will affect us, QLA model, until it's 500 basis points or 5 points higher, which is a long, long, long way. And even if they go up 50 basis points a year, that's 10 years. If they go up 100 basis points a year, that's 5 years. Now, if all of a sudden the Federal Reserve and Draghi over with the EU decide interest rates are going to go up 300 basis points in one clip, you'll see a massive sell-off. But I don't believe that's going to happen. I don't believe that's going to happen. In fact, I'm almost positive it won't happen. So it's a long-winded answer that it's a bird's nest on the ground. I mean, the oyster is open there for us to pluck out whatever we want. It's a thing of beauty, and I never thought that I'd live long enough to see it again. I never did. I thought that the 80s and early 90s, which I had the privilege of ripping the bowels out of the world financially, legally, would ever happen again. And again, I've asked this question during the seminar several times. What are you going to tell your kids and grandkids that you sat on with your thumb up your arse and you just let the world go by? Okay, step one, make your business independent of you. A business is not saleable unless it's almost totally independent of you and the owner. Who wants to buy a business which is completely dependent on one person? And remember, the way we buy companies, you're going to have him stay 90 to 360 days, depending on the asset purchase or the company purchase, to teach you how to run the business. Most owners and founders cannot let go of their baby, and Josh has already alluded to that. And it's because they can't let go of their baby because it's the only thing they own, except for 2 or 3 houses, maybe a house, and they've poured their whole life into it. Pride of authorship kills more deals than any factor. When I was running and gunning, and the kids that are running and gunning, pride of authorship has killed more deals than Hitler killed Jews during the war. This is my baby. I can't let it go, and it's everything I have. Well, that and $2.50, I don't think buys you a cup of coffee at Starbucks. I've never bought a cup of coffee at Starbucks, so I don't know. How much does a cup of coffee cost?
Like $4.
So $2.50 doesn't buy you. I was right. I was right. Okay. Nothing against you, Schwab, Starbucks guy. Okay. Most entrepreneurs are great deal makers with poor managers. Josh has alluded to that on several occasions. They seriously consider bringing in a professional manager. We know all that. We said all that. Okay. Realize means to make real or tangible. There's unrealized profits. Let's say you own stocks. I don't. You own stocks. It's not a profit until you take the profit. It's not a loss until you take the loss, meaning selling. Okay? We want to realize. So we create generational wealth. So Churchill here his kid, if he chooses to, can go to these schools, like a regular person standing up and pay. And you want to be able to pay to go to these good schools if you're going to go to school at all. But I've already pounded my chest. Most of the people that are watching this and most of the people that come through the seminar never had to go to school, meaning university, university. Step 2, make your business a turnkey operation, systematize everything. Empower your employees, let them make mistakes. That's easier said than done. It's still one of my personal things that I don't say that I need to work on anything, but I do from time to time stick my thumb up the ass of the deal when I see things are going so wrong and they make so many mistakes. I can't help myself. I got to jump up and choke them, and that's one of my shortfalls. When you increase spending authority, except for in Josh's business, spending decreases. If you have honorable employees, when you give them latitude to make decisions, they grow with the experience. There are certain cultural ethnicities that doesn't work. I'll leave it at that.
I'm having to extricate ourselves from about a $9,000 contract for something right now. I mean, we never even used the software service, but we were signed up for it, and somebody, instead of paying the invoice, seeing as he signed up for it, marked all of the emails as spam. So that we weren't getting the invoices, and we weren't getting anything until the law firm that handles collections for this company gave us a call. And we said, what the hell are you talking about? And then we went back, we went into the spam email, and we found out what was going on. I mean, there was 5-6 follow-up emails from this company, like, hey, so we're not going to have to pay it, luckily. So hopefully we won't have to pay it, because we didn't actually use the service, but...
Some employees you'll find are incorrigible no matter what you do. And that's...
You can't fix stupid.
Yeah, and that's why I have a big problem with political correctness, because you're supposed to give them time after time after time after time to get the shit right. But if we were at war, we'd all be dead. I mean, how many times you got to tell this fucking meathead? And as Josh said so eloquently, you can't make up for stupid. And giving this group the benefit of the doubt, you're here, most of the people are less than intelligent. Less than intelligent. Right, Churchill? Okay. We know that. Do not concentrate, lose your vision. Yeah, we know that stuff. Remember, pay yourself and your staff first. Now, this is one thing you won't forget. Of all the things I've gone through in 6 days, and some of you will ask me, you close a deal, when is too soon to pay yourself? In other words, how does it look from an etiquette point of view? I don't know. I don't even know what the question means. When is too soon for me to pay myself? Well, I said, when was the last time you paid your mortgage and your car payment? I'm 4 months behind. Well, then I guess you can pay yourself today. Today. And but I mean, as soon as the deal closes, you can pay out the bonuses. Now, Peter, the kid, he waited a couple months to pay. I don't know if culturally, I have no idea, but he waited. Is it called?
Or just himself, or like?
No, everybody. He paid everybody. Yeah, but he waited a couple months. Pay yourself, you know that. Don't always postpone, we know that. To keep yourself, we know that. Big mergers fail because we know that. Now, this is my best rendition of, you puff up the hog when it's time to sell. In other words, you clean up your act, settle lawsuits. You should have rising profits for 2 or 3 years. You always want to sell the business when profits and turnover are rising. Trim expenses, accelerate revenues. The closer the company's compensation is to the actual act which justifies, the higher the motivation. That's why if a deal closes on Friday, paying bonuses on Monday, they remember. That's why I don't like quarterly bonuses or yearly bonuses, because you forget why the fuck you got them. And if you start paying bonuses at the year end, everybody's going to equate it to a Christmas or a holiday bonus, which means they get it every Christmas or holiday season, which has got nothing to do with our system.
Well, it gives extra incentive as well. You motivate.
You want to pay them when and you should be doing 2, 3, 4 deals a year. So they should be getting 2 or 3, 4 times a year. And I like giving bonuses without withholding tax. The accounting people don't like that, because not everybody's going to pay taxes. But the check for $5,000 looks better than in a California single person. You're only going to get $2,600 or $2,800 out of $5,000 because of withholding. They'll remember $5,000 a lot better than $2,600. And once in a while you'll get burned because they won't pay taxes, but that's worth the risk. Yeah.
I was going to say a principle that closely aligns with that is in disciplining a small child. If you spank them a week after they did something or the next day, they're not going to connect. So that's why it has to be immediate. That way they can make.
Well, none of these people they didn't get disciplined enough growing up. So and I must say, I say this tongue in cheek, none of you had Bruce Lee as a father. Bruce Lee, but Okay. House clean your business. A clean house brings a higher price, figuratively and literally. Tidy up, tighten up, renew, start contracts, check suppliers, are they loyal, check royalty situations, trademark, etc. Settle pending lawsuits, clean up your financials. Be aware that any good due diligence will easily uncover clumsy efforts. Approach all people that know the same business. Do they want to buy your business? I told you about the story about selling a business to a guy in Como from Florida. Next, go through your accountants and lawyers. They're well connected. We know that. That's why you pay them a premium. A good accountant can put your details on their international computer system. We know that. Plan early. It takes about a year. We know that. Sell your business. Take it public or franchise it. What is your business worth? Wrong answer, what the owner thinks he should get for it. Next wrong answer, the amount of money the owner needs in order to retire. That's normally what they use, which is almost always wrong. The correct answer is what the current market is willing to pay down to and including nothing. I told you about the refinery. They paid us $9 million to take it off their hands, and then we resold it back to them 2.5 years later for $12 million. But when you tell a guy 35 years in the business, your business is worth nothing, I mean, that should be a perfect candidate for owner finance. More specific answers, between 3 and 10 times current annual post-tax profit, depending on the industry and the business. We use EBITDA. Remember timing. You operate in a cyclical economy and market. Try to sell into an upwave. Sellers and their representatives invariably present financial projections having more entertainment value than educational value. Mr. Buffett. Their valuation is normally a joke. Step 7, start, buy a business, build, puff it up, sell the business, repeat the process, and you will make tens or even hundreds of millions, and in some cases billions. There's no other legal way which does not rely upon luck. Start up, cash out, repeat. Start up, cash out, repeat. And we've been doing it 25 years with remarkable success. And yes, Tony, if push comes to shove, you can fire them all. And Josh has done it twice. He's done it twice. The questions. What's the deal on the call?
I'm going to assume no. I haven't heard anything back from her.
Okay. Questions? You know it all now. Everybody is a genius now. I'm telling you, you look much better, Churchill. I mean, you look like a college professor as opposed to a terrorist.
I'll keep going.
Okay. Are they for real reading glasses or what?
No, just to see from afar.
Okay.
Small writing. There's no glasses, just random.
Okay. We've got 4 or 5 young guys that don't need glasses, that wear glasses. They're clear glass because they look older, more distinguished. I used to have to do things to look old. That's not the problem anymore. And that picture of me with my ex-girlfriend, I look young now. I can't believe that was really me, but it was. Back in those days, I used to hold hands. You know, when Sally looked at that picture, you're holding that girl's hand. That was 1967 or 66. Yeah, 67. Things change. Very good. Who's my 5 o'clock? Okay.
Weekly report, we're going to get that on that.
Pardon?
The weekly report to fill out.
Yeah, you're going to get a link from Thelma. Now, do you have all the thumb drives and everything in the rooms now? Okay, and the book? Okay, and huh? Oh, it's still on my desk. I haven't signed it yet. Now, one of you was going to filmed Josh and I going through those role plays, and today's role play. Hey, Belgium waffles. You were you said that you were gonna send me the filming of Josh and I, our 2 role plays, and
You probably have to upload it on YouTube first.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Well, can't you just give it to her and she can take it straight from your phone? Yeah. Okay, it's Belgian waffles. That guy. The role plays, and also we filmed Josh's presentation, so we don't need that. They took that. That's fine. And you had the benefit of Josh this week, and I want to thank him for all his work. And I'm pissed off because I'm still going to slip and call him my teenage phenom. But now he's 21, and he reminded me about a year ago when he was just 20 that he was 20. You did a very nice. Correct. That he wasn't my teenage phenom anymore. But forevermore he will be, and it's a great example for you guys to see how a kid can do this. And yes, he does sound a little arrogant now. To some of you, he sounds very arrogant, but he's done quite a bit, and that's good. And I mean, his self-esteem was pretty good when he got here, but I mean, now it's even better. Success begets success. You know, we were talking about that footballer. What was his name again?
Van Basten.
Yeah, who I used to be on a board with in the Netherlands. I mean, you couldn't get his fucking head in the room. His ego was so big. I mean, and then of course, you know, and I heard that he was a great footballer, but to hear him said him and Pele came out of the same mold, you know, and maybe they did, you know, but I mean, when you have achieved success, look at the people that we've seen the movie or the clips at night of. They've all done remarkable things, and it's okay to puff your chest out and make sure that people know about it. But if I gave you any final advice, I want you to go out there, focus, commitment, you know that. But I want you to be selfish. I want you to be selfish so you can be a better father, husband, lover, everything else, and make me proud. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.